so many people are practicing elements of power exchange in their daily life constantly. You know, power exchange is such a big part of BDSM dynamics, and that's, you know, having somebody who's more in charge and somebody who is kind of following the lead of the person who's in charge. So having that, or referring to that as power exchange, I think in and of itself is a little bit more approachable because it is so ingrained in our society in the way that we interact with one another. Basically, if you start to think about it like that, every interaction that we have with almost anybody has some elements of power exchange in it. You know, there's always going to be the person who's deciding what time dinner is for the group. There's always going to be somebody who is, you know, making, you know, your boss is always making your decisions for you. Those types of power exchange aren't sexual, but they still have those components of leading and following. So having, or kind of thinking about it, I think that power exchange is a little bit more of like an approachable term for thinking about how do we interact with one another, because every relationship has elements of power exchange in it, because or it's not functioning as a good relationship, because if you're capitalizing on your personal strengths in your relationship, you're participating in some form of power exchange. For example, like, I'm really good at planning things. My partner is not really good at planning things. So when it comes to planning things, I'm in charge. I am in charge of that component of our relationship, whether our relationship has a BDSM context technically or a BDSM dynamic or not. That's an element of it that plays to our strengths and allows me to be more confident and allows us to actually participate in things, because if I relied on my partner to plan things, we would not do things. So, you know, there's always going to be, you know, the way that we split up tasks in a household, even in a regular kind of standard household, is going to have elements of power exchange if you're really maximizing your personal potential and your partner's potential. So I think that is such an important component of helping people explore this, is that there's so much that they're already doing that falls under this, and that they can just build upon it to make it more fun. You know, a lot of BDSM adds fun to the monotony that is already there in your day. So, you know, now there's some fun incentives and repercussions if I don't do the dishes. Whereas before I just had to slug and get through it. So it really just allows people to take their daily lives and enhance them. I think it's leveling up. I honestly think it's taking your life and taking it a level up.